Hi, it's time for our daily lectionary reading for Friday, March 25th. And today we have Psalm 32, and it's day 2, so I'm going to read it out of the Message. We've got Joshua 4:14 to 24, and our New Testament reading is 2 Corinthians 5:6 to 15. Let's jump right in here. Give me just a second. Yeah, you think I'd be better prepared, wouldn't you? Wrong thing open, and give me just a second to get the right thing open. All right. Psalm 32 is the joy of forgiveness. In the Message, it says, "Count yourself lucky. How happy you must be. You get a fresh start. Your slate swiped clean. Count yourself lucky. God holds nothing against you, and you're holding nothing back from him. When I kept it all inside, my bones turned to powder. My words became day-long groans. The pressure never let up. All the juices of my life dried up. Then I let it all out. I said, I'll come clean about my failures to God. And suddenly the pressure was gone. My guilt dissolved. My sin disappeared. These things add up. Every one of us needs to pray. When all hell breaks loose and the dam bursts, we'll be on high ground, untouched. God's my island hideaway, keeps danger far from the shore, throws garlands of hosannas around my neck. Let me give you some good advice. I'm looking you in the eye and giving it to you straight. Don't be ornery like a horse or mule that needs bit and bridle to stay on track. God defiers are always in trouble. God affirmers find themselves loved every time they turn around. Celebrate God. Sing together, everyone. All you honest hearts, raise the roof. Okay. Joshua 4:14 to 24. On that day, the Lord exalted Joshua in sight of all Israel, and they stood in awe of him as they had stood in awe of Moses all the days of his life. And the Lord said to Joshua, command the priests who bear the Ark of the Covenant. Sometimes you'll see Ark of Testimony. That's what that footnote in here is. To come up out of the Jordan. Joshua therefore commanded the priests to come up out of the Jordan. When the priests bearing the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord came up from the middle of the Jordan, and the soles of the priests' feet touched dry ground, the waters of the Jordan returned to their place and overflowed all its banks as before. The people came up out of the Jordan on the 10th day of the first month, and they camped in Gilgal on the east border of Jericho. Those 12 stones which they had taken out of the Jordan, Joshua set up in Gilgal, saying to the Israelites, when your children ask their parents in time to come, what do these stones mean? Then you shall let your children know Israel crossed over the Jordan here on dry ground. For the Lord your God dried up the waters of the Jordan for you until you crossed over, as the Lord your God did to the Red Sea, which he dried up for us until we crossed over, so that all the peoples of the earth may know that the hand of the Lord is mighty, and so that you may fear the Lord your God forever. Now, there is a footnote where it says that God did to the Red Sea that says, or Sea of Reeds. Some of those ancient texts talk about the Sea of Reeds, not the Red Sea. And that's one reason why we're not certain the route they took. Because we have the modern name, the Red Sea, that big gulf there, but there's also another area called the Sea of Reeds, or they think there was an area called the Sea of Reeds that was more inland. Anyway, there we go. Sea of Reeds or Red Sea. 2 Corinthians 5:6 to 15. So we are always confident, even though we know that while we are at home in the body, we are away from the Lord. For we walk by faith, not by sight. Yes, we do have confidence, and we would rather be away from the body and at home with the Lord. So whether we are at home or away, we make it our aim to please him. For all of us must appear before the judgment seat of Christ, so that each may receive recompense for what has been done in the body, whether good or evil. Therefore, knowing the fear of the Lord, we try to persuade others, but we ourselves are well known to God. And I hope that we are also well known to your consciences. We are not commending ourselves to you again, but giving you an opportunity to boast about us, so that you might be able to answer those who boast in outward appearance, and not in the heart. For if we are beside ourselves, it is for God. If we are in a right mind, it is for you. For the love of Christ urges us on, because we are convinced that one has died for all, and therefore all have died. And he died for all, so that those who might live no longer for themselves, but for him who died and was raised for them. Lots of words there. I'm looking for something very specific here. I need to change versions. And I can't remember which version it is. A few years ago, I went to the CBF National Assembly, General Assembly, the national gathering every year. And the theme that year was the love of Christ, for the love of Christ compels us. And I don't know which translation they got that out of. But I like that because that is a great, to me, here it is, NIV. For Christ's love compels us because we are convinced that one died for all, and therefore all died. Why should we be an evangelical people? Why should we be trying to bring people into our churches and into our faith? Because the love of Christ compels us. Why should we be taking care of the widows and the orphans and the poor? Because the love of Christ compels us. All right? That's what he told us to do. And our love of him and his love for us should compel us to do those things, to live out our faith in those ways. And there's your little mini sermon for today. I'll see y'all later.